Okay, come. I wanted to come and do 3D with you, but so sorry I can't make it today. So let's roughly go through 3D. 3D, taking out common factor. Questions that I want to highlight to you are questions like question D. The minus sign is very obvious that it's common, so I would need you to take it out. The common factor for questions like 3D would be not just a 3, it is a minus 3. Don't need the working, don't do the working. So when you take out the minus 3 as a common factor, you should get 3x, minus and minus. You can see my little dot, minus and minus, plus 1. Before you underline, just mentally do an expansion and make sure it's correct. Okay? So take out common factor, another one at h, then you start your factorizing. I'm not dying for working. Okay, I'm not dying for working. I am okay if no working is done. Number 3, you can do whatever you want. Number 4, I need to see some working. Number 4 involves common factors, especially the series down here that involves the negative ones. This 3, I would want to see clearly you take out the negative sign. Okay, take out negative sign first. Sorry, minus. Ignore the beeping, my phone is just beside me and there are people texting me. Of course, you can factorize whichever way you want, whether you want the frame method, you want the rectangle method, whatever method that comes to your mind is not a problem. I'm just going to cross it for you as an example. Okay, let me do a cross. So I'm just going to cross for you as an example. 56, I'll do a 8 and a 7. X squared. They are follow my line up. This will give me 8x. Follow my line down. That will give me my 7x. I need a negative 1. So positive 7, negative 8. Okay, so minus. I want to see the minus sign outside, please. Can? It reduces a lot of careless mistakes. Okay, so take out common factor. The negative sign, make sure you take out. These at the bottom, not as confusing as you would like it to be. You take out common factor x. And you should be able to factorize this nicely. Okay, we've done some of these already. So when you come to number 5, obviously we are looking at 2 variables. Different variations. I'm going to just try and give you one corner where I've got the 2 variations. These 2. Okay, let me take a quick one for L and N. Now, if you have 2 variables, it is clearer if you use your working. Whichever working you want to use, seriously doesn't matter. Okay, I'm going to just do 2 for you. So I cross. You all know I like to cross, so I'm going to cross. My first column is 45x squared. This one I do the full cross for you. The first column is for my 45x squared, quite a number of ways. The second column is for my 18y squared. They must be 2 completely different terms. They don't share a single variable. Okay, they don't share a variable. Then I know. So let me just, cannot resist the urge. I use my calculator, okay? So my calculator tells me I have a 45 minus 27 minus 18. My calculator tells me the pairs. Okay, my calculator tells me the pairs. I have one answer that's 1 over 1. My second answer is 2 and 5. So obviously, I didn't do something. Come back to my question. Take out common factor. Should be able to take out a 9. How I know ah? Denominator is for x ma, so I can see a 5x square. Erase for you. Denominator is for x ma, so I can see a 5x square. So let me take out my common factor. Okay, I am not error free. I also use my calculator, but I use it wisely. I don't copy blindly. So actually you can see the cheat code is down here. The denominator goes to the first term. The numerator goes to the last term. But let me finish my cross for you. So based on my calculator, I know my x is going to partner my y. 1x partners 1y. My 5x will partner my 2y. From calculator, but I finished the cross myself. Follow my cross up, 5xy. Follow my cross down, 2xy. I need the center to be a minus 3. So plus 2 minus 5. Calculator is meant to help you. Okay, not let you blindly copy answers. Okay, my 9 must be there. There is a common factor. How I know? My calculator told me so. So next, you look at the next one. You look at n. This term and this term are completely identical. Are completely not the same, not identical, completely not the same. Okay, and then the squares are there. So I am going to be doing this. Look at the numbers again. Feels like there's a common factor. Let me just take out a common factor. I think I can take out a 3. I rearrange. 51 divided by 3. Okay, that's 17. I'm going to cross it for you as well. Clearer. Never mind, my cross a bit ugly. It's not straightening. It's fine. Okay, I press my calculators. I have a 10 minus 17 and a 3. So my two answers are here. Can see my 10? Can you see my 10? Can? So this is going to be 2 and 5. Because it's x square, y square, the x, y's are together. Can see my 3 in the numerator? So my 2 partners my 3. My 5 partners my 1. Let me finish up. I need a negative 17, so everything should be a minus. Don't forget my common factor. I do use the calculator, but I do a lot of double checks. This one down here cannot show me. You write it in pencil. I don't want to see it. Okay, don't tell me how you cheat. Can? P has a lot of common factors. Take it out first before you continue. Let me check. Yeah, take out 44. Take out negative 44. Take out negative 44y. Then you have an x squared plus 2x. Okay, yep, can. Sorry, forgot my y square. 2, this one will be x squared y squared plus 2x y plus 1. Actually, I know this is a perfect square. We did this yesterday. The two corner terms are perfect squares. The center is negative. So if you remember your algebraic rules, then you don't even need working. Try and write as a perfect square for me, can? How you identify your perfect squares? Practice, just practice. Okay, the ones that I need to go through. 6, 7, 8, blah, blah, blah at the back. Let's do one. Number 6 is obvious. I think number 7. I do number 7 for you. If you've done number 6, you will know that it's a comparing question. The word hence tells you must compare. I factorize first. Anyway, factorizing just calculator only ma. Check for common factors. Okay, 2x minus 9, 4x minus 7. I visually check. I expand the x squares. 8x squared match. 63 match. Done. Underline. We are going to do comparing. If you put the two directly above each other, I space them out for you. If you put the two expressions directly above each other, you will see some matches. I shift this a little bit. This thing is a match. The square is a match. How come the rest cannot match? By right, it should match. So let me show you. Looking at this, I'm going to say my x should be 3y squared plus 2. Okay, I look at this. I look at the first term. My x should be 3y squared plus 2. Let's try. Okay, let me put my x as 3y squared plus 2. Okay, what did I do? I write it at the side later. Minus 50, 3y squared plus 2. I see x, I replace. 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 I must be able to get to the other equation. Let me continue. This thing need to shift away. I shift away a little bit. I shift below lah. Later then I delete, okay? Now, if I'm doing it correctly, after I simplify, I must get exactly the expression that I can see in the question. My 150 is out. Can see. Can you see why it's like that? Now it's the same. Which means I am supposed to be replacing my x with 3y squared plus 2. It's always that kind of replacement one. Shift this away. So based on that, I will say, therefore, let x equals to 3y squared plus 2. Let me get rid of this now. And we are going to simplify. I'm out of space. I write at the side. Okay, I write beside. How do I factorize? So limited with space. My two brackets. First bracket is 2 bracket minus 9. My second bracket is 4 bracket minus 7. Okay, I replace the x with this bracket based on my instructions. Continue to simplify. Ignore the beeping that is on my phone. Plus 4 minus 9. Check for me, Plus 8 minus 7. Double confirm, it cannot be factorized anymore. Let me put round brackets because it's ending. As long as you cannot continue, it ends. Okay? Do one more. Must write small. Okay, part A. I write smaller because later I'll be out of space. I'm going to factorize this term. I write side by side better. Okay, factorize your terms. How you factorize? I don't know. You can find out how to factorize. As long as I have my answers. Oh, sorry, forgot my B. Okay, this comes from my first answer. My second answer, I always write them as fractions because I must see my first term and second. Okay, second bracket, let me write it out. How you want to shortcut this knowledge, I leave it to you. Remove this. Don't want to see that, so you write that in pencil. Okay, now let's match. When I look at my two expressions, right, my common sense tells me I need to look at the square one. The square one is the important one. So once I compare the square one, I match the two. Yes, check. I match the square. Yes, check. Then I'm going to guess my x. My A must be 7x plus 2y. Okay, my A must continue. I change color for you. I look at the last one. Cause got Z ma. I look at the last one. 20, check. Minus 20, check. Square, check. So looking at this green color highlight, my B will most likely be Z. Can? My A will be this bracket. My B will be Z. I match the coefficients and I match the power. The next thing to do is to show me that it really works. I start with my original expression, A square. Let me throw that in. 3AB. Must show me, my B is a Z. Minus 20 Z square. Okay, I throw in my B and I throw in my A. Highlight them for you in different colors. If I'm doing it correctly, I will expand and get that big long line up there. Let's confirm. 21xz, check. 6yz, check. I got it already. It's the same one. So now I can start to replace. It is 2a minus 5. I use brackets first. 2a minus 5b. I'm replacing. Second bracket, a plus 4b. My a and b are just doing replacement. Okay, let me just put that on top. This is my 2a minus 5b. This one is my a plus 4b. Okay? As I simplify, I change it to round brackets. 10x, 4y, 5z. This one, 7x, 2y, For Z double confirm, there are no common factors. Then you underline. So these are the comparing questions. Very important. Okay, very important.